When Noligua's husband abandoned her, she was suddenly left with no income and had 2 children depending on her. Hunan is a field laborer who cannot find work because local farms have suffered 2 years of bad crops. He's incurring more and more debt just to feed his family of 14. Grandmother Alyona works from sunrise to sunset, shelling nuts to earn $5 for her labor. With this, she buys food for her 5 grandchildren who are depending solely on her. Every person wants to be able to provide for themselves and their family, but sometimes life serves up some pretty difficult situations. At Orphans Promise, when we see children suffering, we want to step in with the best solution, not just to solve the immediate problem, but give long-term answers. Hunan is quite the family man. He told us, "The greatest thing in my life is my children." So imagine Hunan's despair when his debt at the local grocery store continued to grow, while his 2-room house was falling apart. We met this large family because the school-aged children attend our Orphans Promise training center at the local church in Mergashat, Armenia. They're learning English and computer skills that will enable them to get good jobs when they're older. Plus, they're flourishing in God-centered youth activities. Imagine everyone's surprise when the mayor heard of their plight and offered them a larger house. It was abandoned with broken windows, no kitchen, crumbling concrete stairs. But the church members, together with Orphans Promise, worked to bring the house to a livable condition. In their old house, the children had been crowded into 1 bedroom, but we made sure that now each child had a separate bed. They were pretty excited about that. Then we had another surprise, a cow, which would provide milk for these growing children, plus a little milk to sell for income. And we had a plan to get this family back on their feet.
So we want to pay your debt for you so you can start fresh.
Probably the best thing about this property was the large plot of land that came with it. We provided gardening tools and water irrigation. Now, instead of laboring for others, Hunan could work his own land, providing food for his family and food to sell. Alyona is a hard-working, resourceful woman who has raised 7 children and now has 24 grandchildren. You need only look at the pages of her Bible to see that she spends a lot of time with God. She's one of the few adults in her gypsy community in Western Ukraine who can read and write. So when one of her daughters left 5 young children for Alyona to raise, she did what she knew to do: work hard and trust God. Not long after, our Orphans Promise team came to her village. We saw children everywhere who were not allowed to attend public school, so we set up classes for them. Grandmother Alyona made sure her school-aged children attended. We also saw large, unused, fertile land and lots of hungry people. This village became one of Orphans Promise first seed project sites. Alyona helped to bring in the first harvest. It was an experience that taught many in the village that a little knowledge and lots of hard work can meet your needs and make you feel really good about yourself.
So Alyona, how many ways can we prepare potatoes? I told you she's resourceful.
Noligwa lives in one of the poorest slums in Cape Town, South Africa. When her husband abandoned the family, it was just one more tragic but overlooked event in this community of more than 18,000 people. So she did the best thing she knew to do: earn money by watching other children. Her makeshift preschool became quite popular, and soon her small place was overflowing. But when the little shack fell into disrepair, moms pulled their children out. In a squatter community like this, there is no plan B. And Noligwa says she started crying herself to sleep and asking God for help. Not long after, Orphans Promise teamed up with the local church to build Noligwa a new, larger facility to care for the children. This preschool is one of 16 in this community that Orphans Promise is helping to rebuild or refurbish. Like the other owners, Noligwa is learning better teaching techniques, as well as how to run a successful business. All of the ladies involved in these renovations are part of a support group that is centered on God. And through this program, about 500 children are receiving a better start in life. With just a little help, Noligwa's preschool is flourishing. Now she can support her children while having the satisfaction of helping others. Through Orphans Promise self-sustaining programs, we are breaking the poverty mentality, providing the tools that allow people to work hard, meet their families' needs, take pleasure in that accomplishment, and live with dignity. At the same time, they are, by their own example, teaching their children. Now that's a great way to break the generational cycle of poverty.